Oh, hello. You've caught me doing a bit of housework with my state-of-the-art Hoover Dirt Searcher Junior. It beats as it sweeps, as it cleans. Yes, I got this thing delivered earlier in the week. You'll see this properly on my main channel. Obviously, I'm selling a lot of vacuums, but I'm also buying a few, and I'm keeping hold of a few gems like this 70s vacuum cleaner. Well, the date is Thursday, the 26th of November 2020, and the lovely government people, what's he called, Matt Hancock, has announced the lockdown tiers each area are to be in, and this area where my mum lives is in tier 2, and where I live, that's in tier 3, the most severe tiers. And there'll be a lot of tiers before all this is over, if it's going to be over. I've got a rare moment alone. Mum's popped out to Aldi, I think it is. I didn't want to go. We're going to go to York next week to M&S again. I've got enough food. There's only a couple of bits in the hallway here that needs vacuuming and shampooing. I've got 2 vacuums. I sold another load last night. And there's always some people that never pay on the day. These 2 are waiting for payment. So I got rid of, I think it was about 5 or 6 I got rid of this morning that were collected, that were here. These have come down to replace those that were collected. As soon as they're paid for, hopefully today, they'll get the labels put on and collected tomorrow, along with another load of cleaners that are selling today. So let's have a look at the dogs. What are they up to? There's Daisy. Now Molly has had a bit of sicky poos. I didn't go on the walk this morning because my mum's friend comes a couple of times a week and they have an outdoor walk. It's actually the lady that owns the little Molly over there. And Molly does like to eat poo-poo, as a lot of the dogs do. Daisy doesn't touch it. She's a lady. But Molly will eat poo, won't you, darling? And she's got a bit of a jippy tummy, and she's probably eaten something. I am contemplating, and don't go mad when I say this, it's for her own health. I am contemplating getting a soft muzzle to put on Molly when she's walking to stop her eating poo. It's not just poo. There are people who have poisoned stuff. I think I've seen something down there that needs cleaning up. I think that's a piddle. So there's been quite a bit of nasty stuff coming out of, I don't know which end of her, but it wasn't nice. And she's feeling a bit poorly, aren't you? You shouldn't eat poo-poo. Anyway, I've looked at a few soft muzzles on Amazon, and a lot of people are getting them to stop the dogs eating things they shouldn't when out on a walk. So we'll see. And Daisy, I did buy a little collar for Daisy to stop her barking, didn't I, darling? Oh, isn't she the prettiest dog ever? But it didn't work at all. I tried it on myself. Somebody made some comment how cruel they were. It's not a shock collar. All it did, it vibrated slightly and made a beeping sound. Daisy took absolutely no notice of it. We couldn't hear it above her barking, could we? I tried it on myself. I wouldn't have put it on Daisy before trying it on. I should have videoed myself. But I tried the shock collar. I put it round my own neck and started barking. And it vibrated. And it didn't cause me any harm. Oh, you are the prettiest little dog. Look at that. Pretty. And this one, oh, she's an oldie girly. This is Mills, who likes to hump my leg. Doesn't she? You do, don't you, Mills Bomb? Millie is a wire-haired dachshund, and Daisy is a long-haired, and Molly is a mongrel. We've had this on. It's been quite cold. We're getting sort of frost in the mornings now, and doesn't get to double figures during the day. What was that noise? Oh, it's that little demanding Molly. So it is nice to have on, but it's a bit smelly. I mean, my mum's had the thing swept and stuff, and it has one of these things. If you've got one of these, you might have one of these. It's a fan, And obviously as it gets... Shut! Oh, you are naughty. I am talking now. Be quiet. So, yeah, that fan automatically starts up with the warm air coming up and blows. It gets very hot in here. So what my mum does, she doesn't have the heating on when this is lit. We just have the kitchen door open and it heats downstairs and the heat goes upstairs as well. Only got a couple of logs in there, a Daxi-shaped log holder. It's all Daxi-shaped, you know. You'd think my mum would have enough of Daxis having the real thing, but... So in here we have that noisy one. Ickle Molly Poe. Yes. Hello, Molly Moppet. Are you alright? Hello, Molly Poe. She doesn't like many folk, but she does adore me. She's got taste, haven't you? You love me, don't you, Molly? But most people she don't like. You don't like nobody. This is Evil, I call her, but she is called Evil. Evie, sorry, but she needs I tried trimming round her eyes, but I didn't have the suitable scissors. I need some short, blunt-ended ones. Yes, I'm talking. This is she's a wire. And then we have the very old Ellie, who we call licking up the diarrhea or sick that Molly did earlier. Oh, God. And I think, oh, look. Remember that last video? Oh, for goodness sake. I don't know if it's worth having dogs. I don't have the trouble my mum has with her dogs. With my two, Molly and Daisy, I don't have the sort of trouble at home. Because they know their place at home. But here, they get completely spoilt. And the dogs are in charge here, which is not correct, is it? It's not the way things should be. So I best be careful not to tread on that piddle. I bought my mum this while I was here. Should have saved it for Christmas. I've got one of these. Well, I got sent free of charge from Shark Ninja, the bigger, slightly bigger version. It's about the same footprint, but it's a bit taller. This is an air fryer. And it's ideal, especially if you're living on your own. Great for chips, but I put like vegan sausage rolls in it, pasties, pies, ready cooked, pre-cooked meals, chill cooked meals. But it's a lot quicker. You've got to really watch it. Often things can take at least 10 minutes less in this. So if your ready meal says, 25 minutes, do it for 15 and then look at it, because often it'll be done. So I got my mum that because I like to use it. It saves my mum putting on the big oven for just one thing. So, it's pretty good, I think. I'd recommend those. Yes, I paid for that myself. I did get one free, but I didn't do a video of it. I didn't have to. I just did a written review. But Shark/Ninja obviously don't want me anymore because there's been a few new Shark vacuums out and they've not contacted me. There's been a change of personnel on that section, the people that give out the free stuff. And so I suspect that I'm persona non grata. Just over there we have a squirrel feeder. The squirrels come along merrily along and open the lid of that and help themselves to a monkey nut. I think there's a pigeon having a bit of a late lunch on there. But if Molly sees the squirrels, she goes mental. We actually were on a walk a couple of days ago. We passed a cat within feet of Molly and she didn't react until she passed. Obviously I saw the cat and made sure Molly was on a short lead. But yeah, it's pretty quiet. It's a typical sort of winter day. It's not sunny. We're supposed to be getting some sunny but cold weather. I prefer that in the winter. There's nothing worse than dank, misty, dark days, is there? I'd much rather have nice cold weather but with sun. That's how I like my winters. I do like a lot of snow. If I'm not averse to snow from time to time. This came, I don't know if I showed you the other one. This is to fit outside my mum's front door. It's bigger than the one I got from Argos. So I need to do that sometime because I'm going home, fingers crossed. It's Thursday today. I'm going home a week on Sunday. Officially, Mark shouldn't be collecting me, but you know, what can you do? My mum is considered my bubble, you see, or I'm her bubble. Here we have the famous Coffee Kisses. They've got a little bit smaller than normal because apparently they haven't risen. But lovely. I'll be eating one of those later, after I've eaten some proper food, of course. My mum tried a different variant on them. She was going to make Viennese fingers dipped in dark chocolate, from the Biro book, if you remember the Biro book, but they didn't come out too well because the piping bag wasn't sufficient. So she made some that sort of shape with just vanilla cream in, and they were a nice change, actually. Very nice change indeed. I don't think there's anything else I can show you in here. I don't know if you're interested. Oops, stop going out of focus. Right, don't forget, Rog, clean up that piddle. I've got to do that once I've finished speaking to you. I must vacuum in here too. Some dirty... I'm going to be shampooing in here and in the living room. And I'm going to be shampooing the stairs with a new shampooer that I've had delivered here. The stairs have never been shampooed properly. Ooh. Oh, it's all going to be dark up here. Well, I unboxed the shampooer in question this morning, and I've used it. Unfortunately, I trod on a little piece of doggy poo, a common occurrence in this house, and it ended up, you know, on the bottom of my slipper, and little bits of it dotted around. There's a slight mark just down there. There was some up here, but it's all been cleaned here, you see. Oh, should I dare? All right. This is the room I'm sleeping in. Can I get any sleep in here? I'm just scanning the place if there's anything embarrassing. Apart from the mess. Those socks are clean. I put them on for a video. That's a box of a vacuum I've just unboxed. And that's a bit of a mess. Sorry, you know, I'm showing you the true horror. It will be tidied up. Honest. This has been a mess for ages. This is just a dumping ground where I've been putting the vacuums. The vacuums I'm selling, on the whole, apart from that constellation there. That. I did get that today. That's a refurbishment project. But most of those boxes, I know it's a mess, but they are going to be sorted and be out of the house. By Monday is the last day I have for my auctions. So that'll be returned to a nice little spare bedroom. And then this is where I've been filming today. I've just shampooed that rug because I got it a bit dirty. I put the dirty constellation on it, you see, while I was filming. A bit of behind the scenes. Let's see, look. And this is the Focus. This is the carpet shampoo. I've got a similar one at home, but this is the Pet Pro Bissell. I would certainly recommend that. It's as loud as anything, folks. Ear defenders needed, but it does a good job. I've made a sort of unboxing first look video of that, and I'm going to hopefully demonstrate it in this house. I'll clean my mum's hall and living room, and I'm going to use the attachments to do a video cleaning the stairs and my mum's sofa. So I would recommend it if you're looking for a carpet washer. The Bissell ProHeat Revolution Pet. They do a similar one that isn't the pet version, which I have shown on my other channel, but this does have a couple of benefits, like this clean shot feature. The main benefit of this one, it all comes apart easier for cleaning, which you do need if you're cleaning up after filthy animals like I have to. This should be fairly dry. Oh, it is. Mark bought this when he popped over. He popped over on Sunday, and I asked him to bring a few things, including this rug, because I want to clean up my mum's cordless shark. It's quite dirty, so I want to make a video of how to do it, because those sort of videos are quite useful for people on my other channel. I've had a lot of positive comments. how I've managed to get people's vacuums working for them, because they've followed the instructions in the video. So because it's quite dirty, I wanted to do it on a surface that wouldn't matter if it gets mucky. But I will probably shampoo my mum's carpet. I'll shampoo. I might as well shampoo everywhere. I'm going to shampoo everywhere. Bit of a mess, but you know, it's all, you know. This is my dad, actually. I don't know if you've... oh, there he is. That's my dad. David, long gone, bless him. He was 69 when he passed away, when he shuffled off this mortal coil. But I still talk to him. Been having words with him this week, haven't I, Dad? Seeing if he can pull any strings, you know. Get Boris Johnson executed, that sort of thing. But I don't want to... No, just, well, garroted. Hung from the neck until he is dead. That would be fine for me. All of those. Boris and Whitty and Hancock. Yeah, so that's about it for quick catch up. I haven't been in the loft for a while. I need to do the aerial. I don't know if I showed you it, but I've got a new aerial to fit. So basically, I'm here. Well, I'm here for over a week still. So I'm just concentrating at the moment on getting rid of all these vacuums. So I had a big push, and I've done very well to get rid of the vacuums I've got rid of. Yes, I think I've sold at least 30, something like that. It seems like a lot anyway. But certainly things are put into perspective. Certainly over the year we've all had, things become less important. And I've possibly said in an earlier video, that amassing a load of vacuum cleaners is not my priority. Obviously, I've got some new ones. Some new vacuums have come into the house. A lot more have gone out. The ratio of vacuums coming in to going out is tiny, you know. So I'm getting rid of more. And I've got loads more to get rid of, and I plan to get rid of them. But there are certain machines from certain eras, 70s and 80s, that I like. For example, the Dirt Searcher I was using earlier in this video. I absolutely love that machine. It's fantastic. I'm so pleased to get that quite cheaply. It works fine. It works as well as a new vacuum. It's not fancy, but it does the job. So I'm going to concentrate on keeping cleaners that sort of, if you remember Marie Kondo, things that spark joy you keep. Well, the Dirt Searcher in front of me sparks joy. I know it's a vacuum cleaner. I'm a nutcase. What sparks joy for you is different. Everyone has different things that spark joy for them. For me, and for a lot of people who watch my other channel, and some of you watching this channel, vacuum cleaners are something that spark joy for whatever reason. I still can't understand why I like vacuums. But yeah, amassing a load of things is not the route to happiness. So I still want my things. I'm not going to be a minimalist. I still like things, but a lot of things have to go, because things tie you down, things drag you down, things don't ultimately make you happy on a spiritual level, on a deep, you know. I'm unusual that I've liked vacuum cleaners since I was a little boy, and I'm older than middle age now, and I still like vacuum cleaners, and they still bring me I don't know about joy, but they're an interest. I find them interesting. I like using them. I like cleaning them up. I like looking at them. I don't know. It's an odd thing to like, but I like them. But it's not the be all and end all, you know. The most important thing, I think the most important word, and I don't think anyone can dispute this, the most important word in the English language is love. And I can't say I love any of my vacuum cleaners. I can say I love my dogs. I can say I love my mum. I can even say, but I hope he's not watching, that I love my partner. Love is what it's about. We need to try and feel more love, even though there are times when I can't feel love for certain politicians and certain people. I do feel hate, which is something you should try to get out of. But yeah, it's who you love, it's how we love. Oh, there's a beautiful song. If it's on YouTube, it probably will be. Look it up. It's by Beth Nielsen Chapman, and it's called How We Love. And it is, just listen to the lyrics to that song. If I find it, I'll put a link below if I remember. And basically, she's singing, she's lost people. She lost her husband to cancer, and you know, she's had other losses in her life. And she knows that at the end of the day, when we pass through those pearly gates, or whether we just get buried and rot away in the ground, whatever you believe, the most important thing you can leave behind is love, and the feeling of love from the people that knew you, the lives you touched. That's the best legacy to leave anyone. I don't want to leave a legacy of hundreds of vacuum cleaners that somebody has to sort out. I want to leave a legacy of, yeah, I loved him, he loved me, he was a nice person. Not everyone's going to like me, but as long as your intentions are good and you try not to cause trouble, if you try to only put out good vibes, and I'm a true believer in that, putting out good vibes into the universe, into the ether, I believe that can affect the bigger picture. We're only individuals, but I think we've got more power than we know, and we should use that power in a good way rather than doom, gloom, hate. I have my moments, believe you me. Especially this year, I've had my moments of picturing certain people having their throats cut on live television and watching them bleed out and suffering. That is awful. Despite what I think of certain people, it's a very awful image to have. So instead of focusing on their demise, we have to focus on the good people, which are the majority of people, I would say. We have to focus on the good and always have the belief that good will always win over evil. I sound like a right pretentious, but it's so true. You wouldn't believe. I was so cynical growing up. I cried a lot as a child and as a teenager. Worry. I'm a lot more relaxed now. I have my moments, as I've said, but I've learnt from my own experience that it does you no good to be on a negative path, and you will always benefit yourself and others, because if you're giving out the goodness, others are benefiting and you're getting it back. Like attracts like, it's all true. It's not new age nonsense, you know, because I probably in the old days wouldn't have believed that. I thought, oh, that's a load of bollocks. It's not, because I've done it myself. I've known, you know, I've experienced it myself. So that's how I could say to you, this is what I believe, because I've experienced it on a personal level. But you need to experience it yourself. You don't have to take any notice of me. But, you know, we've all been put through very testing times this year. Times that I never thought I'd see in my lifetime. Times that I have read about. Times that I have seen videos about on YouTube and seen all these things. And I always used to think, that's not going to happen in my lifetime. And now they're happening. It's happening in my lifetime. If you've never been looking at that sort of stuff and it's taken you out, you know, completely out of the blue, I can understand why you might believe everything you're told. You believe that TV. You believe that black mirror in your living room. But if, like me, for several years you've been on a quest to look at alternative views, get alternative ways of looking at life rather than the mainstream way. I've never been one to follow the crowd, even at school. I've never had peer pressure. I do worry about what people think of me, and I still do to a lesser extent, but I've never sort of done things I didn't want to do to fit in with the crowd. Like I didn't take up smoking with other people at school to look cool. You know, I thought, no, that's bad for you. I'm not doing that. I don't care if you don't think I'm cool. I'm not doing it. And I've always been a little bit off the normal path, you know. I've always gone a little bit that way. You know, I haven't gone completely off course, but I have gone a little bit, taken another road, you know. So, you know, I for several years I've been finding out things that a lot of people would think absolutely ludicrous, and I'm very, very open to it. And some things I found out about, it's taken me a while to sort of accept it, because I've done a lot more research, and I thought, well, there's something in it. And it's always interesting to look at these things. If anything, it's just learning new stuff, whether it turns out to be a load of rubbish and conspiracy theories, but just learning different things is interesting. So that's why when all this started happening, I did originally believe it when it first, and the lockdown, and I thought, ooh. And I did get ill myself, as some of you might know, much earlier on. And because Mark, my partner's had the virus, he's been tested, he's had it, it's very unlikely that I haven't had it. And I think what I did have earlier in the year was the coronavirus, because I lost my sense of taste and smell. I had a cough which lasted months. It wasn't continual, but I had a cough, always coughed in the morning, and had the odd cough during the day. I had a brief period of having a fever and everything, but then for months after it, I was lethargic. I don't know if it was to do with my job, because working early, but I was even more lethargic. And I possibly had what they're calling in the media long COVID. I don't know. I don't know if I had that, or it was just a bad case of flu or whatever. I've not been tested. I don't want to be tested. So, but I've been fine ever since. I've not even had a normal cold. So, I don't know. But a lot of you watching me, I do know a lot of you share my views. A lot of you don't. But all I'm suggesting, not telling you, I'm suggesting, why don't you just start looking at different things? Just try and start opening your mind and just seeing, well, there could be another explanation for what's going on. Don't trust Auntie Beeb, don't trust CBS or Fox, Sky. What I trust is my gut, my instinct, because you need to learn to trust what your inner voice is saying, what you feel in your gut, because often that could be someone or something giving you little nudges. That's how I think I started on this course. Again, that could sound bizarre to some of you, but I started looking into alternative things out of the blue and earning money on YouTube. Because I had my old YouTube channel, I didn't earn a penny from that. I didn't realise, I monetised my videos, but I didn't realise you don't just tick monetisation, you had to actually set up an AdSense account. And I didn't even think, well, I've not earned any money, and I thought, well, you don't earn money on YouTube, you can't earn anything. I just thought it was normal. Until something it just came out of the blue, into my head. You need to look into this. You've got this number of subscribers now. You've got all these videos. You're not earning a penny from it. What's going on? So I looked into it, realised I need to have an AdSense account, set that up, And I got my first payment a few weeks later, which was a lot more because it was backdated, because they sort of backdated it from when I monetized my videos. So I couldn't believe it. It was an enormous amount of money at the time. I was knee-high in debt. And it was like, wow. It was, at the time, it was probably a month's wages on minimum wage. But to me, getting that boost was like... And then I started getting some money every month. And I thought, this is good. And now I am, you know, I'm getting enough to keep me in socks, you know, and that came from out the blue. And then other things came from out the blue. I just thought, oh, I'm going to look this up. I'm going to look something I wasn't interested in before. I thought, oh, I'm just going to, and I've started, and then that got me down the rabbit hole. But I believe, again, I know what it sounds like if you don't understand, but I believe I was directed in those areas to look at. I was told, nudged, take a look at this. Maybe you should look at that. Don't believe this. Trust your gut, trust your instincts. That's all I can say to you. I can't convert anyone who's completely following what's being shown to them on the TV. I'm not here to do that. I'm just here to chat. You know, I'm not here to change your life. I don't think I've got... I'm not arrogant enough to believe that I can be a guru and I can change anyone's life. If I can, if anything I've said in my videos has helped someone in a small way, that is fantastic. That is fantastic to me. And I know I've had comments, even if I just help on my other channel, even if I just help someone get their vacuum cleaner working again. They were about to throw it away and buy a new one. They saw a video, saw how to clean out the filters and all this. They did what I put on the video. They've got a working vacuum. Now that is brownie points for me, you know. And that's very good. I love just reading those comments. I've made a quick, you know, 10-minute video showing how to do basic maintenance on a vacuum and it's helped someone. And I get those comments a lot. So even if that's the only difference I'm making to someone's life, it's still a positive difference. And as long as you're making positive differences to people's lives and you're not making them feel awful, then that's, you know, it's all adds to the tick box. You know, when you get to the pearly gates and one of the saints has got the list, right, yeah, you did that, yes, and it scores you up. And if you get an F for fail, you go down, and if you get a C plus and above, you go up. It's obviously not that simple. Who knows what it's like, and who knows if that even is a possibility, that we're all going to have a judgment day. But a lot of religions say we are going to be judged. But it doesn't matter whether we have an afterlife, whether there is judgment waiting for us, or whether we just rot away and return to dust. It doesn't matter, because as long as the life you're leading now, and you can go to your deathbed and look back on it with few regrets and more positives, that's what it's about. I think that's what it's about. Because you can see on YouTube, there's videos of people who work in care homes and hospices who are with people in their last weeks and days of their lives, and they talk to these people, and they know what these people's regrets are. And these people's regrets are never, I wish I'd bought that big car, I wish I'd worked a bit harder to get that bigger house, I wish I had that big 4K television. None of them have said that. It's always it's always been not what you wish you'd bought, it's what you wished you'd done, it's what you'd wished you'd said to people, it's what you wished you'd, you know, it's simple things like saying, no, I don't want to go out for a walk, I'd rather stay on the sofa watching telly, when your partner's saying, come out for a walk. It's about going out for that walk, initially you might not want to, but you'll come back from having that walk feeling better and spending a bit of quality time with someone you love. It's just things like that. Crikey, this was supposed to be just a little tour of the house and what I'm up to, and I sit down and I start exposing myself in a, well, not that way obviously. And I'm very, very shy. I'm only doing this because I know I'll never meet the majority of people who are watching this. So I feel I can do it. I couldn't do this in public. Anyway, so again, I'm in my scruffs, just relaxing. There's no point in dressing up in this house with all the all the piss and shit that comes out of those dogs. So on that note, I will say goodbye. End on a high note, even though it is piss and shit. It's put a smile on my face anyway. I'll see you all very soon. I may do another video from this house. I'll certainly be updating you when I get home. I'm so looking forward to getting home. I'm not in a DOS house here, obviously, but it isn't my home. It's my mum's home. And I am missing my home. And of course, I'm missing Mark as well. So, yeah, I probably will do one more video from here as soon as I get home. Next day or two after I get home, I'll give you an update of how things are. So until then, I'll see you all very soon. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.